Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
I promise I don't say the same thing and just copy and paste it every week. I
I
just
know we
now
we
just say it in the same
actually
tone.
we actually say the beginning every single episode.
But last week we talked about kind of our childhood books that we used to read growing up. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought it'd be fun to also talk about our childhood like shows, TV shows that we used to watch when we were younger. Because I feel like a lot of them don't air anymore. So it'd
Yeah,
be kind of a fun nostalgia trip back to when we were younger.
but you do still see some memes floating around of like certain clips. Yeah,
Like the Arthur yellow his fist with his yellow sweater
yeah,
meme.
the clenched fist meme.
But yeah,
Okay,
um,
Arthur is like a really old childhood like cartoon that we used to watch.
yeah. I think it was called like Arthur and Friends or something. I think that was like the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will know him as the meme because it's the person who's wearing like a yellow sweater and jeans, and he just has like a clenched fist.
It's the one where he's wearing
But that's from the
headphones.
show.
But he's not wearing it on his ears. He's wearing it on the side of his
Ears.
head.
Yeah, okay, I didn't understand that about all these shows that had like animals like as characters because their earphones would like not be in the right place or their headphones would not be in the right place.
Mm.
But Arthur and Friends is just basically him. It's just Arthur and his friends and it's just like little stories that, they might fight between them or
Like a typical, like a children's cartoon, basically. They fight and then
yeah,
they make up.
make up.
Mm.
So I was that aired on PBS?
I think it was on PBS.
Yeah, so PBS is is a one like really big like child, it's a TV channel that
Mm.
had a lot of shows that we used to watch growing up.
Yeah.
Another show that I really enjoyed watching was Dragon Tales on PBS.
Yeah.
So Dragon
That's good.
Tales was basically a brother and sister, and they find this rock. I think it's supposed to like represent a dragon's scale.
Yeah.
But if they said like certain words, I think it was like I wish with all my heart to fly with the dragons in the land above, or something along those lines. They would get teleported into like a world that just had dragons. Dragons were the normal people in that world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they would like solve problems, go through plots and stuff like that. But the one episode that I like clearly remember is in Dragon Tales. There is this one dragon
Mm-hmm.
where you can kind of think of it as two dragons with like one body. So they have one like body to themselves, but they have
Yeah.
like two heads. So they have two different personalities. And it always shows in all the episodes that they have conflict because one dragon wants to do this while the other dragon wants to do that, but they can't because they're physically like stuck together.
Yeah.
So there was this one episode I think where someone like put a spell on them that actually let them separate into two separate dragons.
Yeah,
So they were able to do whatever they wanted to do without having to be stuck with the other person. And at the end of the episode, they actually realized the thing that they liked most about being stuck with each other was that they always had constant companionship.
Mm-hmm.
And that even though they like bicker with their personalities and bicker with what they want to do or what they want to eat and stuff like that, it's just that always having someone with you and supporting you no matter, what you want to do or what you say. I think that was one of really important lessons that they tried to teach kids when they were younger.
Yeah.
And that's like the one episode that I still can remember until now.
Mm-hmm. That was a really good
And I just
show.
love the fact that it was dragons.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, like
thinking, we're talking about
Mhm.
shows that we kind of watched in elementary school-ish, but I wonder if you remember some shows that I'm going to tell you when we were a bit younger. I don't remember, I don't know if you remember Blue's Clues.
yes, Steve.
The one
Isn't
with
Blue's
the blue
Clues
dog.
a female? Or is that not?
What was it?
Like, I thought Blue's Clues, the dog was a girl. Or is it not?
I don't know. It doesn't mention. I think it's ambiguous, is it not? Anyways, Blue's
She.
Clues, I really like their crayons.
the green crayon that they drew on the notebook.
Yeah, because it was so chunky and
fat.
When you like drew, I liked that animation and stuff. It was, yeah, I really
and Steve also made the simple drawings look like he would draw a house, but it would look so good. Obviously, I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, he's an artist. But I remember.
Yeah.
And they had the little salt and pepper. And they had a daughter, like Paprika or something, little salt shakers in the show. I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, and Blue's Clues had a magenta friend. Like, the dog was magenta.
Yes, I think the name was Magenta.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah. But then there's also the bear in the big blue house. With the banana and pajamas. If you look up Bear in the Big Blue House, I'm sure you'll remember. But they had those bananas wearing like striped pajamas. And I don't know why that image is so stuck in my head. But
my god, yes! I always thought that like characters like that though were kind of creepy.
Yeah, a bit.
Because they're not like comics, they're like they're people inside or they're puppets. Yeah. I think I was never really a fan of the Muppets, so I wasn't really into that style. Mm-hmm. But I do remember Bear in the Big Blue House because he would always like sit on the balcony and talk to the moon outside, and they'd have like deep conversations.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was for like young kids, but it's quite nostalgic. And Sally, I bet you know Art Attack.
Do I?
You do, if you look it up. So it's like painting and drawing and stuff, but they would have these moments, like clips inside, where they would use like salt to draw something, or they would use clothes of the same color to make like a huge painting when you zoomed out with the camera.
Oh, I love still looking at those in art exhibits now.
Yeah, like it's like the Bob Ross of when we were like in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was such a good one. I remember. Yeah, and they would tell you like how to paint this, how to paint that, or they would get you to like zoom in one part at a time while they create like a big picture when they zoomed out, and they would use like paint cans or like clothes that were folded up or salt on like a black canvas.
It's like art optical illusions in a way.
Mhm. Yeah, and that was something...
If I would, like, simplify it.
Yeah, and that was something that we used to always watch, like, after school. And we'd watch, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy as well.
I even went out of my way to borrow Bill Nye the Science Guy VHSs from the library. Mm-hmm. Because I loved it. The theme song is catchy. Like, everyone loves Bill Nye the Science Guy. When you saw that big fat TV roll in on the cart when you were in school, you knew it was a lit day because they were going to play Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's true. Whenever in school, they had those monster TVs then that were on, like, a wheel, like a wheelie. And they'd wheel you in, and then the moment they turned on Bill Nye, everyone was singing the song.
You knew it was going to be lit that day when they rolled in that cart. Like, the TVs were so old that if you rubbed your hand against the front of the TV, you could, like, get static electricity build up on your hand.
I know. But Bill Nye, old. I still like Bill Nye. It's so funny.
He has a show now on Netflix, like, where he, like, cusses and everything. Yeah. Because, you know, it's not tailored towards kids. It's pretty fun, too.
Yeah. But there was one show that you were talking about earlier, not on podcast. The Roly Poly Oly.
So Sophia didn't remember what the show was until she looked up a picture.
And then I literally screamed.
Because it's such a throwback. So the show's name is called Roly Poly Oly. And it's this family. Like everyone in this like show are like little robots. And they're like very circular, which is why they're called Roly Poly Olies. So
that's
like
the
their
family.
heads are circles.
Because they had, like, a neighbor that was, like, all square.
Yeah. So this family was all circular. And it's just a family of robots that, like, you know, go about their day in life. But it was such a unique concept. I don't know if it would succeed now. But I loved watching Roly Poly Oly when I was younger. Yeah. They had, like, little... Like, their bodies were circular, but their limbs were, like, springy.
Yeah.
And, like... yeah, like it. I don't know how to put it, but it was just such a fun show.
It was, and it was so interesting. Like these, like when we were really young, like childhood shows. They're so cute and fun. It's not like shows I feel like they have on now. I don't know what kids watch. Maybe what do kids watch? I don't know.
They watch YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Because when we were young, we didn't have internet to watch videos. We only had TV, or you had to get cable. But now, kids can watch YouTube on their phones. They have Instagram, TikTok. So I don't know what kids watch these days.
I know. Maybe they just watch Baby Shark. That's it.
There are, like, baby, like, stimulatory videos on YouTube, and they're just, like, little radishes and corns dancing on the screen.
It's like the Veggie Tales thing, no?
Oh my god, Veggie Tales! I love that freaking show!
Okay, so we grew up as Christian, so...
I love Veggie Tales!
So, Veggie Tales kind of puts a spin on, like, Bible stories, right? But in the end, it teaches you to be, like, kind or something like that. And then... there'd be, like, this tomato and, like, this cucumber.
And cucumber.
Oh, my
God.
God.
So cute.
If you don't know Veggie Tales, I would try to search it up on YouTube and see what it is.
No, so the reason why I also really love Veggie Tales was when we used to go to church. There was, like, this part in the service where they would talk about, Bible verses and what they can learn from it. But I tell you, as soon as the pastor said we're going to do this section, I would, like, fall asleep because I, like, somehow was so bored. Okay. Like, I couldn't handle it.
To add on to this, it's not like Sally sits in the back, quietly falls asleep. Sally's in, like, second row at the very beginning of the row where the pastor can make eye contact with her, and she's sleeping with her head back, mouth open.
Mouth wide open. So mom would be so embarrassed because I'm just like in the beginning in the front of the church. And then what the pastor would say to me after, he would come up to me like, wow, I guess, the Bible verses really put you in a calm mood because you seem to be able to fall asleep really easily.
And I think mom said that he said to people, like, when he was sermoning, like, look at Sally, look how peaceful she is.
And the thing is, they finished that service with singing, like, songs. So as soon as the music starts to turn on, I, like, wake up and all groggy.
Oh, my God.
But because I kept falling asleep, they were like, why don't the kids just go to the basement and, like, play or whatever. So there was, like, this room in the basement of the church, and they had a TV.
Yeah.
And they would have, like, VHSs of Veggie Tales. Mm-hmm. So we would watch those, while, like, they were listening and, like, doing the service. I would be downstairs with other kids, which were cousins and, like, you, right? Because we were, like, the only kids in the church.
Yeah, but I mean,
but we would all, like, sit together.
I mean, Sally just basically went to church to have a nap, basically.
And eat good food. Remember, that food was bomb.
Sally goes to church to eat. I'm not joking.
But yeah, Veggie Tales, oh my god, I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it.
I was just trying to think of what I used to watch, and then we were talking about, like, vegetables, and then it just popped up. So I was just like, oh, I remember Veggie Tales.
Oh, Veggie Tales, yeah.
Oh my
Veggie Tales was really good.
Sally.
I also liked watching that show. I can't remember if I'm going to pronounce it correctly.
Which one? What is it called?
So the TV, I Googled it.
Okay.
So the TV show that I loved watching is called Zaboomafoo.
Oh, I know what that is. It's the zoo one.
So the intro was always like a ring-tailed lemur that would, like, jump around. And then the two hosts, basically, they would educate you, like, on animals and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they would educate you, like, on animals, and I think they had episodes of, like, animals that were, like, going extinct and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they would teach you facts about certain animals. So pretend, like, they had an episode on, like, possums. Then they would have, like, a possum on stage, and they would, like, kind of teach you facts about them. So it was more of, like, an educational show. I just looked it up, and it originally aired on PBS from January 25th, 1999 to 2001.
Yeah. Oh, that was a
but
good...
I love that show.
Because it was a real lemur running around, and then as soon as it came to beside the humans, it turned into a puppet. I remember that.
It was that creepy puppet, yeah.
Yeah.
But the beginning, like the introduction to the show was a real like ring-tailed lemur.
Yeah.
But in the show, obviously, like they can't have the lemur with the people, so they had like a puppet.
Yeah.
But that show was also a very, very nostalgic show.
I mean, it's pretty
I'm
funny.
looking at little clips of it now, and the lemur does look a bit creepy. But I love Zabu Mafu. That was a really good show.
Yeah, that was a good show. I remember because we really liked it a lot, I think.
Yeah.
It was like those things. I can't remember if it came out on weekends, like on a Sunday or something.
Oh, I can't remember that.
But I remember we used to watch it on the weekends or like in the morning, maybe. That's what I remember.
I don't think Mom let us watch a lot of TV during the week. I think majority was it on the weekends.
Well, the only thing I could watch after school on weekdays was they show Pokemon first, and then they would show Inuyasha after.
Oh my god, Inuyasha, we should have not watched that when we were younger. I rewatched it because now it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's so gory. I don't know how my little kid watched that because it's not suited for little kids.
I think I was like 12 or 13.
It's not suited for that age.
Yeah, and the Pokemon that we watched on TV was the Kanto region one. Not even anything else. It was the Kanto region one.
And like we had a lot of like old school, like we had Yu-Gi-Oh play when we were younger.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade.
I never understood Yu-Gi-Oh. Digimon.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Digimon. I preferred Pokemon over Digimon. But they had those, like
Beyblade. We were kind of into Beyblade.
Okay, so there's this show, I can't remember the name, and I don't even know what to put in Google to search for this, because my search history is going to be really weird if someone ever finds my computer. But you know how Beyblade had the Beyblades, like, sell in the store? Like, you could actually buy the Beyblades and, let them rip and, like, have them, spin around?
Yeah. There
was this other toy that was based on a TV show that we used to watch when we were younger. It's like a little sphere. It's like a little, like, ball, right? But it had a magnet on the bottom, and if you put it on top of something else that was magnetic, the sphere would, like, open and become, like, an animal.
What?
Okay, let me try
to Google exactly what you just said. Something creepy is gonna come out.
Yeah, sphere toy.
Oh my god.
Magnet.
Okay, so while Sally's looking up something random on her Google, I'm gonna talk about Cardcaptor Sakura because I was obsessed with Cardcaptor Sakura when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I like that little, I don't know what it's called, that little fairy.
Oh my god, I found it!
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay, Sally, this is a podcast. It's not a video. If you laugh, no one can see you, okay?
Okay, so it's basically just like it's a plastic sphere. But in the show, it's like Beyblade. When you rip the Beyblade, like, like freaking dragon spirits would come out and they would, like, fight in the air or whatever.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, but instead of a Beyblade, it's like a little round ball.
I don't think I watched
I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this and
so we're going to talk about it in more depth later after the podcast. I'm so scared now.
No, I'm going to post this on the Instagram when this episode comes out.
Save me. Oh
my god, there's even toy review.
We need to talk about the Magic School Bus, Sally.
Oh my god, I love the Magic School Bus.
Go there.
Come on, the Magic School Bus.
Is that how the song went?
Yeah, that's the end of the song before the episode started.
Okay, I don't really remember.
But what was the teacher's name? Miss Liz?
Yeah, Liz.
She had, like, a pet, like, chameleon or lizard, like, on her shoulder all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I really liked was the attention to detail. So whichever adventure they were going to go to that day, the teacher's dress and her earrings reflected that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if they had like an educational episode on space, she had like a dress that had all the planets on it, and she had like little Saturn like earrings or whatever. But I loved watching the Magic School Bus. That was a really good show. It was educational, which was nice because they did teach you about like, you know, planets or like the Earth. They also had an episode like on the digestive system, so they had like science-based episodes, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like an educational show that was put really well.
Yeah.
And what I did sing was the end of the little intro.
Yeah, that's true. There's always that one boy who always wanted to go home.
Because he'd be like, "Oh, not again."
Yeah.
Or something like in the intro.
Oh my God, Sally. I'm like looking through like this list of like TV shows that came out in like the 2000s. I found, or like the kids watched in the 2000s. I found the Jetsons. Which was like,
yes.
And then the opposite of that is the Flintstones.
Flintstones. They're the Flintstones.
And then Kim Possible.
Oh, Kim Possible.
And then Jackie Chan Adventures. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
It was like a Jackie Chan. I don't know if you see the picture, like you'll see. But like it's an animated version of Jackie Chan that used to go on adventures. I don't remember seeing that. Otherwise, I don't know if you remember Lazy Town.
Yes.
Do you remember Lazy Town?
It was the girl with the pink hair.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And there's that like one buff guy that was the good guy, and the one weird guy that looked like Waluigi was the bad guy.
Yeah, and then
yes.
And then of course our generation is also Garfield as well.
Garfield. Oh, there's also, we watched like kid shows like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Looney Tunes.
Oh my God, Looney Tunes.
The Bugs Bunny and the Tweety Show as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then
those are all good shows that we watched.
I'm just thinking what else we watched. Mr. Bean, Bob the Builder.
Oh, Bob the Builder. Can he fix it?
Lizzie McGuire.
Oh my God, I love the movie when she became the pop star.
Oh, yeah. That's the actual movie.
Yeah, the movie. That do be a good movie. I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm going through and I'm seeing like a lot of stuff that I don't know if you remember, but I remember for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was also younger, so I don't know if I remember as much as you did.
Yeah, but Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder. What?
It's called Battle Planet Drago Balls.
Are you still looking up that sphere?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's out of stock on Wish. Damn.
Well, it came out such a long time ago.
Yeah. I know, but I love that toy.
Oh, Sally, what about Scooby Doo?
Okay, so I know Scooby Doo, but I don't think I've really watched it.
Because that kind of channel was like Kim Possible, Powerpuff Girls, Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, I watched Jimmy.
Dexter.
I always thought Jimmy Neutron looked kind of creepy because his head looks like a peanut.
And his head is very big compared to his body.
That's what I mean. Like, his head's also a peanut shape. Like, it's not a circle. It, like, kind of divots in where his, like, cheeks are.
That's true. And then Dexter.
And their teeth were creepy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to think of what else was on that channel. Fairly Odd Parents. I remember watching about
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not on that channel probably, but in another channel, we had like the Lizzie McGuire, iCarly, Victorious.
Mm-hmm. Like the Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle.
I can't remember that show where it's Jamie Lynn Spears. I can't remember what that show is.
Zoe 101.
Yes, Zoe 101.
Yeah, I remember that show.
See, Sally?
Because they had that cool little like slide phones that I wanted.
Yeah, and see, we said we didn't watch a lot of TV, but we just spent like almost half an hour talking about different, like 100 TV shows.
Damn, I'm glad I remembered the name Zoe 101.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. It wasn't at the top of my head, and I was just like, I don't remember at all.
Don't worry, I got you.
I think that's everything. I mean, that's already a lot.
I think so.
That's already a lot of TV
but I don't think I can think of...
No.
Because once we kind of went into, like, middle school and high school, we didn't really watch TV shows.
No.
So it's mostly when we were in elementary school we watched them.
Yeah, that's true. It was mostly in our elementary school. We didn't really watch TV after that. And we didn't have cable, so...
Because once I went into high school, I watched more videos on YouTube.
Yeah, because YouTube was kind of a thing. Oh, Sally, we should have an episode where we talk about which YouTubers we used to watch.
I'm going to be so embarrassed.
I know, but I think everyone went through that. So it's okay.
I actually think maybe.
I think if you're Asian American, you did go through, like certain YouTubers. I think that was a thing. So I think it's okay.
So. I think because that was like the one platform where you could selectively choose which content creators you want to look at. Mm-hmm. And you were able to like selectively choose what you want to see, except like unlike TV where you don't have a choice.
Yeah, so we should talk about that next time and see and kind of think like which people we used to watch. So you have a while to think about it.
I have an Instagram picture. If you scroll like on my personal Instagram, if I scroll all the way down, there is one where I recreated a picture from old school Asian YouTube content creator. Maybe I'll post it.
To embarrass yourself?
If we, might as well.
Yeah. But I hope everyone enjoyed our episode today about us rambling about crazy TV shows. Hopefully some people know what they actually are.
The best thing that came out of this episode is me remembering Veggie Tales.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so what you can take from this episode is that we said we didn't watch a lot of TV, but we actually did. And Sally's obsessed with Veggie Tales and monsters and spheres. That's all we can take from this episode today.
But I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Oh my gosh.
I am posting the older episodes on YouTube so we can have a log of them. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and our Instagram. They're all called Mixing Cultures Podcast. Look at that. Very easy to find.
So easy to find. But I really hope everyone has a wonderful either start of your week if you're within where I live, or the end of the week. I don't know. Sally, do you count Sunday as beginning of the week?
It's always yes.
Okay, so beginning of the week, wherever you are. Because I'm not really used to thinking Sunday is the beginning of the week.
Yeah, because workday starts on Mondays.
Yeah, but I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and we will see you next week for a new episode.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.